In response to the ongoing concerns about potential deportations, the ministry has begun engaging with all relevant stakeholders to prepare for the possible deportation of Ghanaian nationals from the U.S. A key step in this process was the stakeholder meeting held on the 17th of February 2025. The meeting aimed to develop comprehensive preparatory measures in anticipation of potential deportations, evaluate vulnerabilities within the Ghanaian community, and establish necessary support mechanisms. One of the key outcomes of the meeting was the identification of resources needed to provide assistance to deported nationals, including transportation to their final destinations and any available reintegration programs. Additionally, the stakeholders discussed the importance of coordinating efforts between the ministry, local organizations, our international partners, to ensure that Ghanaian nationals who are deported are adequately supported upon their return to Ghana. The meeting also focused on the need to secure budgetary allocation to address these challenges and ensure that the ministry can provide the necessary resources for deportees, as well as address the broader humanitarian aspect of the deportation process. The ministry's proactive engagement with stakeholders reflects a commitment to minimizing the impact on affected individuals and ensuring that proper support systems are put in place for those who eventually return to Ghana. Institutions represented at the meeting were the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of the Interior, the National Security Secretariat, Research Department, the Ghana Immigration Service, the National Investigations Bureau, the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, the National Ambulance Service, the Department of Social Welfare, and Port Health. Now, Mr. Speaker, on the 21st of February 2025, I held a very constructive meeting with the U.S. Ambassador to Ghana, Her Excellency Virginia E. Palmer. The meeting sought broader cooperation and understanding of exactly what U.S. authorities were engaged in, and we also sought to ensure that the deportations are carried out in a very humane manner. It will be recalled that there have been times in recent years where nationals have been deported in conditions which were most appalling. For example, deporting people in chains, in handcuffs, chaining them to their seats as they are flown into our country. We have stated that we will want these matters to be an incident occurring in the past, and that we do not want them to recur. These deportations must be carried out in a humane manner. During the meeting, it was also emphasized that the affected Ghanaians do not have criminal records, and that any Ghanaian currently serving a jail term will not be deported until their sentence has been fully served. And we have received full assurances from the U.S. Ambassador in Accra on these matters. Updates from the Washington mission indicates as follows. Currently, there are 150 Ghanaians in detention across various centers in the U.S. who are awaiting deportation for crimes such as rape, internet fraud, and illegal entry. None of the affected Ghanaians are in detention as we speak. 50 out of the 150 individuals have received final deportation orders from the courts. Their deportation is expected to take place by mid-year, mid-2025. The remaining 100 cases are either under appeal or have been dismissed. Representations have been made to U.S. authorities on behalf of one Ghanaian on the grounds of ill health, and he has been released to seek medical care. On the 20th of December 2024, our embassy in Washington was informed of another one Ghanaian with a medical condition who requested expedited removal. as his condition was not improving with the treatment he was receiving in detention. ICE was promptly notified and the individual was processed for removal, departing the U.S. on the 30th of January 2025. So that individual is now within our jurisdiction. 3 Ghanaians have also been processed and are scheduled to depart from the United States on commercial flights on the 19th of March 2025, the 28th of March 2025, and 1st April 2025, respectively. 10 Ghanaians have also been interviewed by the embassy to verify their nationalities and ensure that they have received a fair hearing. They are now awaiting the Department of Homeland Security to purchase their flight tickets before their travel documents for their deportation can be issued. The Ghana Embassy in Washington, in collaboration with Ghanaian immigration attorneys in the U.S., have been organizing virtual town hall meetings to offer legal guidance and support to nationals facing immigration challenges. Upon the issuance of final removal orders, the individuals' names will be forwarded to the ministry for further processing. It should be noted that the aforementioned cases existed prior to President Trump's assumption of office, with the exception of 2 Ghanaians who were deported to Costa Rica, as outlined in the actions taken by the U.S. authorities. In line with the ministry's established practices and in collaboration with the relevant authorities, arrangements will be made to ensure the reception of our compatriots upon their arrival in Ghana. This will include health screening, psychological support, assistance with specific needs, and transportation to their final destination. Reintegration. The ministry is in discussion with NADMO and other partners, including the International Organization for Migration, to extend support in reintegration and providing additional sources of livelihood to our compatriots upon arrival. Options include arranging skills training, microfinancing opportunities, and psychological support to help individuals reintegrate into the society and rebuild their livelihoods. Additionally, we will work with local authorities and communities to ensure that those returning are supported in their readmission into the society to enable them contribute to their communities. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, the ministry continues to closely monitor developments related to the potential deportation of Ghanaian nationals from the U.S. to inform further actions. This ongoing monitoring will allow the ministry to stay updated on any changes in immigration policies, enforcement practices, or shifts in the situation that may affect the Ghanaian community. The operationalization of the consular fund, as approved by Cabinet, will be critical in supporting our affected compatriots returning home. It is anticipated that the ministry's budget, which is before this August House and awaiting approval, will receive your kind approval of the $2 million we have allocated to operationalize the consular fund. Mr. Speaker, based on these developments, the ministry will assess the need for additional measures, resources, or interventions to support affected individuals. By staying proactive and responsive, the ministry aims to ensure that Ghanaian nationals are well supported throughout this process, whether through legal assistance, reintegration programs, or other necessary forms of aid. Further actions will be determined in coordination with all stakeholders. But the message we want to send to our compatriots very clearly is that they are not alone in these difficult times. Their government and the people in Parliament will make sure that their needs, their consular needs, are supported. And Mr. Speaker, we will continue to do all we can to make sure that we are with them throughout these processes until they arrive and they are fully reintegrated in our communities. This is the update on the situation involving the potential deportation of some 150 Ghanaians from the United States of America.